Welcome to Tousi TV. This is your global news channel. I'm Tousi, and the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps are falling apart as they have lost many of the senior members, commanders and leaders. Assassinations are happening left, right and center across the country. We're going to give you guys some of the names who have been eliminated, and they are now being hunted down by the Iranian people. They are finding out where they are living, of course, in their private homes everywhere, and they are finding them. On the other side, the Islamic Republic have managed to kill over 2,000 civilians in the country, and of course all eyes are on the US military. I'm going to explain what's going on with the Americans, of course, and the Israelis, because the Islamic Revolutionary Guard are preparing to attack Israel as a preemptive attack. Before we start, as you guys know, unlike the mainstream media, if we do make a mistake on this channel, especially during breaking news, live streams, a lack of sleep, a lot of stress, we do correct it, we clarify, we apologize. I need to apologize to you guys for two things that happened yesterday. Number one, everything was happening quickly. Somebody in the live chat mentioned the brilliant Amir Sarfati, and I misread the name in the live chat. I don't know why, how. I thought they were talking about Trita Parsi, because Sarfati's name also starts with a T. They are two very different people. Amir is a great guy, pro-freedom, lovely guy, go support him. Trita Parsi is a traitor, and he's part of the Iran lobby in the United States, and he's basically part of the Islamic Republic. So that's the first apology. I've already messaged Amir, I apologize to him, and that's that. Second apology, I was supposed to be joining you guys after one of the live streams last night in our private Discord server, our chat forum for the members of Tousi TV Plus. I completely forgot. I finished the live stream, I was going around punching the wall, and that didn't happen. So after this one, we're going to be on the chat forum, okay? If you want to join us, you can become a member of Tousi TV Plus by using the promo code Iran to get 50% off annual memberships. Just visit tousi.tv. Throughout the show, I'm going to explain before we finish where to go if you want to join the chat forum to talk to me and like-minded people straight after this show directly. All right, let's talk about what's going on in Iran. We are getting some videos already. People have started the day 16 of the uprising. Of course, the internet shut down. Only a few people have Starlink. We are slowly getting the videos that are coming in. But there is also the name and shaming list that we're going to go through. First things first, Tehran. Around 7 p.m. local time in Punak. This is the same place that the massacre took place. They turned off the lights yesterday. Drones were coming to monitor people, the crowd. Well, people are not giving up. Out chanting, "Long live the king." This is tonight in Tehran. This is brilliant. So also I have had good enough sleep now, so I am fresh. We're going to continue the live coverage. It's going to be a long night. It's going to be a long few days, because Tuesday is going to be a very important day, and I'm going to explain why, because that relates to the US military action on the Islamic Republic. First things first, it's time to talk about who has been eliminated so far. The Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, the Iranian State TV, the Islamic Republic State TV, have now said that many have been killed by the enemy. Of course, the Iranian people are defending themselves against these guys. The IRGC Colonel Mahdi Rahimi, who was involved in the massacre in Malik Shahi, has been eliminated. Now, initially the state media claimed that he died in a gas leak. So there was somehow a gas leak explosion, which has been happening in Iran apparently for the past year or so. A lot of gas leak. All happened to be IRGC bases or IRGC residents, somehow. Okay, fair enough. But then they've now confirmed, they themselves have confirmed that the Iranian people, or as they call them, the enemy, have located his home, and they carried out the assassination in retaliation to, obviously, his role. So he's gone. We also have Reza Kassab, who was a commander of the Islamic Republic's ballistic missile unit in Kashan. He has also, this one was actually assassinated. This was professional hit. He was assassinated with a suicide drone attack. He was in his car in Kashan, and a suicide drone basically hit him. So of course there are a lot of operatives on the ground as well who are carrying out these attacks, and multiple commanders and generals have been eliminated again in Iran. So I don't really know exactly who they're going to be promoting now, because they lost half of the leadership. Well, no, they lost the whole leadership last summer in June during the 12-day war. Then they had to promote a bunch of interns, and now the interns are dead. So I'm not really sure who they're going to find who's good enough to be promoted to the top of the regime. As I said, the Islamic State TV in Iran have now confirmed that the IRGC have lost hundreds of their personnel in leadership who have been eliminated. But the Iranian people continue the fight back. Let me show you this video that's just gone to us. Of course, the Islamic occupation forces on the ground, they're trying their best to wipe out the Iranian population. But there are still more people out there against the Islamic occupation forces. So they find one, they catch him, they disarm him. They're going, and they got him. Oh no, what a shame. Oh no. Another one bites the dust. And you can see in a second, one of the Iranians now has the gun. He's got the gun. He's got his gun. He's got his rifle. It's gone now. Finders keepers. You snooze, you lose. So another one gone, and there was also a message from Mossad that has now been published. Mossad on the ground in Iran have said in Persian, telling Iranians to continue to take to the streets, and they are now saying openly that their agents and Mossad operatives are with the Iranians on the ground. This is the message. Go out together into the streets. The time has come. We are with you, not only from a distance and verbally. We are with you in the field. We are there. So obviously, you've seen some of the stuff that's been going on, some of the sabotage and the targeted assassinations. Well, we don't know who's doing it, but you know, there is somebody professional enough to right now carry out these attacks against the Islamic occupation in Iran. Earlier today, we also start getting videos. This is from this morning. The Crown Prince Reza Pahlavi, he also has an urgent message that I'm going to show you guys in a second. He did call for an all-out, full-on general strike, which has essentially been going on anyway, but everybody is now on strike. So now all the shops, even private shops, privately owned shops, everybody's on strike. Let's go to Shahr Court and see what's going on. Normal supermarkets, grocery stores, everything is now closed. Watch this.
21 دی ماه اعتصاب بازاریان شهرکرد.
Yeah, Shahr Sunday, 11th of January. Everybody's on strike. No, also there's no need to open your shops anyway, because the country is basically now shut down. So the government have disabled the ATMs or cash machines. Banks are closed. Nobody has money. This is basically anarchy right now. The Supreme Leader is not where he's supposed to be. He's in a bunker in the middle of a desert in East Iran. So nobody's in charge. Nobody has money. So I'm guessing, well, while you're at it, just close everything down anyway. Gatherings also have started earlier in Bandar Abbas. We just received this video from a few hours ago. People starting to go on the streets and chanting, "This is the final battle. Pahlavi is returning." This is for you guys in the mainstream media, GB News, CNN, BBC, and all the others. People continue to chant one name, the Crown Prince, Reza Pahlavi, not communists, not the MEK, not the Islamist, one name. Watch. They don't give up. They're not giving up. They're not going anywhere. Of course, a lot of videos are going to be delayed for hours because people have to get the videos to someone who has a Starlink device to then post it online, and then we receive it. But they are coming out. We are receiving some of the videos from the last half an hour or so. Crazy stuff. Now, we're going to go to the Crown Prince Reza Pahlavi, his latest urgent video message shortly. But the fight back, which is interesting because the Islamic Republic usually tend to downplay things, right? They downplay things, they're saying, nothing's happening. But this time, not only they publicly declared war 2 days ago on the Iranian people, they are also actually, they themselves are publishing the evidence. So when their own regime thugs are getting assassinated, they are publishing it. They are now showing the images and footage of mosques and Islamic centers that are being burned down. You can see that the picture on the left middle center. That's another copy of the Quran. Quran has been destroyed across the country. Hundreds. They are now saying hundreds of mosques have now been destroyed by the Iranian people. As a reminder, don't forget, these buildings are not necessarily just your religious buildings for the Islamic side. These buildings are also headquarters and bases for the IRGC Basij unit. They go inside, they store their weapons there, they have their food and drinks that they are not giving to people, and they go hide in there. Once they are ready, they come out and they start shooting people. So these are basically headquarters. These are military bases at this point. They're not just your religious symbols, but also false religion anyway. Having said that, despite the connections, about the lack of connections with inside Iran, the Islamic Republic continue to directly communicate with the mainstream media. And the mainstream media in the West are only seeing the Islamic Republic as a credible source, which is hilarious. So the message has now come out, and the media confirmed that the state of Israel are now on high alert for a direct intervention because the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps are preparing their military to attack Israel. Now, they are also saying that once the United States intervene in Iran, which they will, as things stand, Tuesday is a very key day, by the way. I'm going to explain the US military side again. But the Prime Minister Netanyahu has now told the Israeli defense system to be on full alert because the Islamic Republic might do a preemptive attack. Could be today, could be tomorrow, could be Tuesday. So that is a big problem because the IRGC, I know they might be bluffing, but you can't just say they're bluffing because they might do something crazy. They have said today that they will be launching over 500 of their Khaybar missiles on Israel. Now, if they do manage to obviously launch 500, that will definitely massively damage Israel, despite Israel's great defense system. If you launch 500 at the same time, firstly, that means that they are basically launching everything that they have. That's the final desperate attempt to damage Israel while they are dying. Because the whole point of the Islamic Revolution in Iran and the Middle East and the whole world in the 1970s, these guys created the Palestinian identity in the 1960s. Khomeini, these guys created Hezbollah and then of course funded Hamas. They created the whole concept. They have one goal, to wipe out Israel. Even if they are dying the last day, they will try to wipe out Israel. So obviously the US and Israel have to be on standby. Let's quickly go to the Crown Prince. Reza Pahlavi has released a new video message. People. And let's see what he had to say.
همیهنانم شما با حضور گسترده و شجاعانه در خیابان‌های سراسر ایران برای سومین شب پیاپی دستگاه سرکوب خامنه‌ای و رژیمش را به شدت ضعیف‌تر کرده اید. گزارش‌های معتبری به دست من رسیده است که نشان می‌دهد جمهوری اسلامی برای مقابله با جمعیت میلیونی مردم در خیابان‌ها با کمبود شدید نیرو روبروست و تاکنون بسیاری از نیروهای مسلح و امنیتی نیز محل کارشان را ترک و یا از دستور سرکوب مردم سرپیچی کرده‌اند. آنچه برای خامنه‌ای باقی مانده اقلیتی مزدور و وحشی است که همچون رهبر جانیشان ناایرانی و ضد ایرانی هستند و شما ملت بزرگ ایران را دشمن خود می‌دانند. مطمئن باشید که آنها به سزای اعمالشان خواهند رسید. من ضمن تأکید دوباره بر فراخوان دوم خود برای ساعت 6 بعد از ظهر امروز یکشنبه 21 دی ماه از همه شما می‌خواهم که به صورت گروهی با دوستان و اعضای خانواده به خیابان‌های اصلی شهرها بروید. در طول مسیر از یکدیگر و از جمعیت مردم جدا نشوید و به مسیرهای فرعی که می‌تواند جانتان را به خطر بیاندازد نروید. بدانید که تنها نیستید. هم‌میهنانتان در سراسر جهان صدای شما را با افتخار فریاد می‌زنند که حتما تصاویر حضور پرشمار و گسترده آنها را از طریق صفحه تلویزیون می‌بینید. دنیا امروز کنار انقلاب ملی شما ایستاده است و شهامت شما را تحسین می‌کند. به ویژه پرزیدنت ترامپ به عنوان رهبر جهان آزاد شجاعت وصف ناشدنیتان را با دقت دیده و اعلام کرده که آماده کمک به شماست. خیابانها را رها نکنید. قلب و روحم با شماست و می‌دانم که به زودی در کنار شما خواهم بود.
So that's the key point, by the way, because they are struggling with their forces. They are struggling with the number of the personnel that they have. Some of them obviously are not following orders. That's why the remaining members of the IRGC, they are extremely vicious. They are extremely barbaric. They don't care. They are so desperate they had to bring in the Arab militias from Iraq and other places. That is the reality. Why would you need to bring the proxies if you had your own IRGC personnel? They don't have them. That's why they have to bring a bunch of foreigners to come and target the Iranian people on the streets. Now, we're going to go to the Prime Minister of Israel, Netanyahu, and what he had to say earlier, because things are escalating massively between Israel and Iran again, but the Islamic Republic. And of course, the Israelis have to be prepared. But we do have currently about 55,000 people watching us live at the same time. Thank you so much for all the support. As I said, if you want to support the channel, but you want to get something out of it, not just for charity, we don't believe in that sort of nonsense. What you can do is become a member of Tousi TV Plus. This is our website, tousi.tv. You get full access to our independent streaming platform, Tousi TV Plus, where you get access to our documentaries and our chapter. I can just show you. There we go. That's our podcast. That's the Tousi Talks podcast with me and Danielle, my wife and COO of the channel. Documentaries including October 7th and many others that we have created recently. Exclusive interviews as well as our original series. The latest one is Why Poland Works in the European Union. You also can get access to the chat forum, which I'm going to be on straight after this live stream to talk to you guys, members of the Tousi TV Plus directly. Just click on the menu and click on discuss. And of course, you get access to our private Discord server. If you want to join today, you can use the promo code Iran to get 50% off annual memberships right now. As I said, just visit tousi.tv and you will see it. All right, let's go to Israel and see what the Prime Minister had to say about the situation in Iran.
ישראל עוקבת בדריכות על הנעשה באיראן. הפגנות למען החירות התפשטו ברחבי המדינה. העם בישראל, העולם כולו, משתאה מול הגבורה האדירה של אזרחי איראן. ישראל תומכת במאבקם לחופש ומגנה בתקיפות את מעשה הטבח ההמוני באזרחים חפים מפשע. כולנו תקווה שהאומה הפרסית תשתחרר מקרוב מעול העריצות, וכשיום זה יגיע, ישראל ואיראן יחזרו להיות שותפות נאמנות בבניית עתיד של שגשוג ושלום לשני העמים.
Great. Yes, absolutely spot on, Prime Minister. And obviously, in terms of what the Israelis should be doing, the Israeli Defense Forces, Eyal Zamir, the head of the IDF, earlier on sent out a message saying, well, the internal affairs of Iran, it's its own business. So there have been a lot of disagreements between the IDF and the government because the Israeli Defense Force, especially Eyal Zamir, has been extremely cautious even over the last few months when it comes to any action against the IRGC. He was also very cautious about the full-on invasion of the Gaza Strip, if you remember, about 6 to 9 months ago, when just before the so-called peace deal, when Prime Minister Netanyahu was considering an all-out conquest of Gaza, Eyal Zamir didn't like it. One of the main reasons is because as the head of IDF, he believes that his job is to defend Israel, which means if the Islamic Republic goes crazy, just like what they've been saying today, they could be launching 500 Khaybar ballistic missiles on Israel. Having said that, whether the IDF do something or not, seems like the Islamic Republic is going to be attacking Israel anyway. Preemptive attack, they call it in Tehran. So I'm not really sure if Israel decides not to intervene, because this is not really Israel being liberating angels to help the Iranians. This is the fight between Israel and the Islamic Republic. In 1979, the Islamic Republic declared war on the Jewish nation. They want to wipe out Israel. As long as the IRGC exists, Israel is not safe. So this is an ongoing war anyway. You're not really intervening in a different country's affairs. This is your enemy. Having said that, this is up to the political leadership. And obviously, if it comes to it, then there could be some changes made. Having the situation on the ground escalating also means that, as I said, we are getting the videos, but some of them are delayed. I'm going to show you another one from Tehran. The crowd have started. They're coming out. This is in Punag. It's from about 2 hours ago. Of course, we'll be getting more as we continue. We are getting messages from inside Iran, those who have access to Starlink. There's a message that was from 5:50 p.m. local time. That protests in Tehran, Karaj, Mashhad and Shiraz, these the major cities, have already started. At the same time, the Islamic Republic has organized a pro-IRGC rally at the Revolution Square in the capital for their IRGC Basij forces. Now we are waiting to get the images and videos from there. I don't really expect that rally to be that large, as usual, obviously. But there's another message saying, I don't know where to start. Should I tell you about the atrocities committed by these bastards or the incredible courage of the people? I hope this is the last time I have to see something like this. An old woman standing there, I asked her, why are you here? You can't flee if they attack. She replied, why should I run away? What do I have to flee from? I have to be here for these young people. People are being killed, beaten, kidnapped, but they don't stop. They know that if they don't win, the regime will massacre all of them. The regime has no mercy. Please, please, please don't leave us alone. This is the message, of course, from Iran to the rest of the world watching. Now, there is also, this is actually one of the messages that we received earlier from 5:50 p.m. local time. That's Tehran, Karaj, Mashhad, Shiraz. All these areas have already started their gatherings. We will be getting more updates. As a big shout out to obviously Ilya Hashemi, the journalist. This is actually an interesting image because you got the Crown Prince Reza Pahlavi's photo, but as you can see, they have disarmed one or more than one of the IRGC thugs. They've got their helmets, they've got their batons. I don't know what else they've got, but this is what's happening across the country. It continues to happen. There is also another message that I'm going to read out before we go to the rest of the situation. So mobile phones are now obviously completely cut off. As you guys know, they call it the North Korea style internet that they have. So there's an internal internet system, basic, for the regime. There is no possibility of phone contact with the outside world. On Thursday, the Revolution Street was so crowded that the beginning and the end of the crowd were not visible. On Friday, the gathering was much, much larger. So much so that those who had been out the night before couldn't believe it. On Friday night, many areas of Tehran were in the hands of the people because they were short on forces. When you talk to people, the majority say that this time there is really no room to retreat, because if the regime survives this stage, they will commit massacre beyond anything ever seen before. Generation Z and Generation Alpha, the younger people, have raised hell on the regime. They are so brave, it's unbelievable. Field leadership is practically in their hands, but there are plenty of middle-aged and elderly people seen in the crowd. All kinds of people are on the streets: employees, merchants, factory owners, workers, students, pensioners, retirees, everyone. So that's that. Now, let's quickly go to the video that we received. The eastern parts of the capital. I am very much in favor of what I'm about to show you. I am very pro this. In case you don't know, taxation is theft, okay? So the Iranian people have decided to burn down the tax office. The tax office in the capital has been torched. Taxation is theft. Don't tread on me. Look at it. They did that last night. Oh wait, you don't see. Hang on. What is going on? There we go. Now we can see. Look what they've done to this. It's gone. It's been destroyed. That's what you get. That's what you get for stealing people's money. Many of the government buildings have been wiped out. A lot of them have been completely damaged. As I said, hundreds of mosques around the country as well. Let's talk about the US military, because this is the important part of the developments. A lot of people are asking, so what is the situation? Why can't the Americans just make a move now? Well, it doesn't work that way, because there has to be, as I've already explained, President Trump doesn't just make a move randomly. He doesn't just randomly start a war. He's been very critical of incompetent projects like the Iraq war. So if he's to make a move, he wants to make sure it's quick, it's smooth, and it wins. Like how he managed to go pick up Maduro and hand him over to his friend Mamdani in New York. So he has to be smooth. He has to actually make sure that nobody gets harmed in terms of civilians, but also the US military personnel. Tuesday is the key day, officially speaking, because they have to have enough of their aircraft carriers being sent all the way to the Middle East. Now, we got the Diego Garcia base. You got some obviously flying from the US to Europe, from Europe to the Middle East. But one is the actual mobilization of the troops. Number two is the most important thing. Right now, the military in the US have asked for some time, just slightly more time, instead of doing it last night or now, to ensure that the operation is smooth. They are saying publicly that by Tuesday, President Trump will decide, by having a meeting with the military, to decide on a range of different options, because there are a number of different things that you could do. One is just targeted assassinations of the leadership. One is to just wipe out all the government buildings. There are so many different things that they can do so that once they make the move, it's over. So publicly, it's Tuesday, right? It might be tomorrow. You never know, because they might surprise the Iranian regime. But the Iranian regime already know that, as far as we know, the Americans are probably going to make a move. So they are already on standby anyway. So, but considering there's a lot of pressure right now on the White House, because President Trump repeatedly said, if you start killing people, we're going to come and we're going to hit you hard. And he hasn't made a U-turn on that, despite the fact that a lot of people said, oh, he just said one thing, he doesn't mean it. He's been doubling down every single day. The last day or so, he's been very vocal about this. Him, Marco Rubio, the rest of the government, the Republicans, everybody has been very vocal. Lindsey Graham obviously just going around wearing an Iran hat everywhere he goes. So right now, the pressure is that over 2,000 people have been killed by the Islamic occupation. President Trump can't really make a U-turn. unless he gets some military assessment that maybe you could do a different approach. Get CIA agents and assets and operatives on the ground to go and basically assassinate people. You don't have to necessarily bring in the US Air Force, for example. So we will find out. Officially, Tuesday is the important day, the decision day, and it could be imminently after that. Or of course, it could just be a lie that they might just do tonight or tomorrow. So, but officially, we're going to go with what the government is saying, Tuesday, right? Now, there is another message that we received from Iran. Just in case, of course, I am also going to be keeping an eye on the flight radar for you guys, the live map that we have. This is the current situation in the Middle East. There is just one. Is that? Let's just guess. Is that Indonesian? Do you think that plane, or is that Qatari, or is that Chinese, or it could be the Islamic Republic? Let's find out. Was I smart? Was I smart? Oh, Turkey. I forgot Turkey. That's a Turkish cargo. Okay. Not much obviously is going on over there. There is a few, these are guys, it's Bulgarians. And there is a lot of we did see a couple of the US Air Force ones that were going around, but I think they've all landed now. They were just monitoring, they're doing their routine monitoring. So we're going to keep an eye on the flight radar as usual. But let's go to the message that we have received from Iran again. I barely managed to get temporary access to the internet amidst the chaos. Here, it's truly hell. For us, it smells of victory, and for them, it reeks of the stench of overthrow, and they know it too. Without exaggeration, this is what I've seen with my own eyes. The videos that are coming in, which barely make it through, might only be 20% of the reality at best. It's impossible to show the entire population. The crowd is in the millions and astonishingly coordinated. This morning, I went to the grocery store to buy a few things for the house and asked how long they will be open for. They said 3 p.m. They said, if we don't close, it's a betrayal to the Iranian people. Here, everybody is talking about the king. Everyone is brimming with energy. Let it reach the king's ears that since he said he is preparing to return to Iran, the people have gained momentous energy. Nobody says this anymore, that if it happens. Everyone knows that it's over. They are fighting with all their might just to make it happen sooner. I say it again. In the past few nights, I haven't heard any slogan other than Pahlavi is returning, long live the king, and death to Khamenei. Everyone wants the king. Don't let anyone claim that the people want anyone but the king. The people have such unity as if they've been practicing for this moment for decades. If it was possible to show everything, you will be witnessing by far the most magnificent revolution in history. I swear on this soil that I am not exaggerating. Tell the people abroad that we've seen your gatherings and we are proud of you. Tell them we kiss your hands. Tell them we know your hearts are with us and know that our hearts are with you. Tell them that the great work that you are doing is no less than the battlefield we are on. The revolution is a team project and each of us must properly fulfill our duties. Without you, we won't win. So hold your heads high and keep going. Victory for Iran and the world is just around the corner. So that's the latest message from inside Iran. Of course, limited messages coming because of Starlink and massive problems with the rest of the country. We do know that there are gatherings in every city and every town and every village. Having said that, the videos are mostly coming in from a handful of cities because not everybody has VPNs, Starlink devices to send this. Some of the videos are coming from obviously Shiraz or Esfahan, but 2 days later, because they have to send it to someone, they have to go all the way to Tehran. But luckily, they are clever in Iran. So when they are filming something, they show the evidence. So in the video, they say, so this is Saturday, the 10th of January, the time, or this is Friday, the 9th of January. So you can actually find out where everything is. So So a lot of reaction here from you guys while we wait for more updates. Maya, have you heard of Tousi, an Iranian who founded the pro-Iran regime lobby? Yes, that's the one that I thought someone was talking about yesterday. Well, they were talking about Amir. You are the main media of the UK right now. Well, hopefully the world, because nobody else actually no media outlet is actually doing this. There are some great individuals, including Goldie and Armin. Big shout out to Goldie and Armin, who also are doing things on YouTube. Can you get Elika for her take, please? Yes, I will try and get the team to get in touch with Elika. It's actually we've been meaning to do that for some time now. She's great on X. May the one God bless you, God, not a man. Thank you. Okay, let me just. We have so many super chats, so apologies if I'm not going to read everything that we have. I will put them all on the screen, then I'll go to the questions or the big comments that you guys have. Thank you for all these. Super sticker and massive $100 super chat. Thank you very much. Saying you are doing good work. Well, I appreciate that. If you want, instead of using super chats, you can support the channel by becoming a member right now. Use the promo code Iran to get 50% off annual memberships. Just go on Tousi TV. Don't worry, I'm not going to rant about it again. Just a quick one. He made me do it. The comedian Omid Jalili brilliantly called out the BBC Verify he's on the size of the Iranian people. Yeah, actually, Omid Jalili has been quite impressive for a liberal comedian. Not bad, Omid, not bad. For an anti-Brexit liberal, wishy-washy, he's a great guy. He's good. He's pro free speech. That's all it matters. Doesn't matter if you're liberal or conservative. As long as you believe in freedom. As long as you're not a complete leftist, wokey liberal, it's okay. It's okay. Liberals who believe in free speech are the good liberals. Goodbye to the IRGC. It has not been nice, particularly to the people of Iran. That's so true. You and Goldie are doing a great job. I hope the liberals in the US Congress will allow President Trump to authorize what is needed to assist the Iranian people. You expect the US Democrats to do this? No. Soon Iran will be free. Soon the first British pub in Iran will be opening by me. The Lion and Crown is coming, guys, right in the middle of Tehran. And I'm going to put a massive statue of myself because I don't think the new Iranian government might not fund it, so I'm going to have to do it myself. I'm going to pretend somebody else gave it to me, but awarded me the statue. It was actually me. Sending many prayers, people around. Thank you very much from Texas. And what was it, Texas or Puerto Rico? From Texas and Puerto Rico. What do you think of the military getting involved? So, again, they seem to be. We are not getting all the updates. A lot of people are armed with weapons, and that includes the good side of the military who have already defected, but the limited connection doesn't really help. I wonder if anyone in the legacy media realizes that this realm is collapsing a little bit. It's too late, guys, too late for the media. Are you paying up your security? My security? I hope so. Yeah, so I'm actually currently in lockdown. I'm not allowed to go out because they're currently after me, so yay. But it's fine, it's fine. I got my security, I'm cautious. And I got a lot of doppelgangers in this country. Not generic brown guys, by the way, because there's a lot of brown guys. No, I've got a lot of doppelgangers. I got Ed Miliband, who's in the Labour government. He basically looks like me, so they might get him accidentally. Maya, how do people get food and water to continue doing this, and how long this anarchist state can continue? It can't continue that long. The reality is, something needs to happen very quickly. The Iranian people can only hold on for so long. They've done their job. The Iranian people have done their job. They've taken control. They're out there. The regime has cut everything off. There's no food. There's no water. There's no money. Literally, banks are closed. ATMs are disconnected. Everything is done. There's no internet. There's no landline phones. So this is going to get very bad. But they do need, at this point, they need that final push, the final support. After the fall of Pahlavi takeover as an absolute monarch, not going to be absolute monarch like dictatorship. It's an interim government. It will be an interim government. It's basically bureaucracy until the referendum, which won't be that long. And then, of course, there will be a prime minister, democratically elected, and then you can continue. I just see special kind of stupid if they attack Israel. Yeah, but that's all they care about, wiping out the Jewish nation. What benefit would there be for Iran attacking Israel? It's literally, they will fulfill their promise since the 1970s. to try their best to destroy Israel. That's it. They don't care about anything else. They've already been withdrawing the wealth of the nation. They've been taken out to Russia and many other countries. So they're fine. Their families have already fled. So some of them are going to be in France. Some of them are in Russia. So assume 20% of rockets failed at launch, 50% intercepted, 20%. 10% of 500 is bad, but better than the other way around. Yeah, but last time they did launch a lot. So 100 Australian dollars super chat, thank you. Saying I'm 36 and pretty controlled emotionally. I think I've cried twice a day, at least from AI videos of the king to what's happening. How do you manage to keep it together on camera? By the way, I got my membership, yes, and can't wait to chat with everyone. Yes, can you remind me just before I finish, so I don't go AWOL again. After this live stream, I'm going to be on Tousi TV Plus on our chat forum to directly speak to you guys. I'm going to explain where at the end of the live stream. So keep watching. I'll tell you where to go to find me if you want to talk to me directly. Israel, thank you. Why has Israel been kicked out of every country? They haven't. Israel is always been in one place in the Middle East. You can't move the country. What you mean is Jewish people. Not Israel. Why has Israel been kicked out of every country? You can't move a country into a different country. You mean Jewish people. You know, and obviously a lot of people want to kill them, as you guys know, for the past, 2,000, 3,000 years, actually a bit longer. So, but they just refuse to die. So people hate them more. Not more people, anti-Semitic people, the enemy. They just hate them more because they're like, why can't we kill them? Well, you can't kill them. It's just not going to happen. They are very resilient. Stop trying. Just give up. It's not worth it. Freedom for Iran. Do you know any Darius? Would be interesting to hear an interview. I could get the team to get in touch as well. Thank you very much. They say at this point over 2,000, more than 2,000 people have been murdered. Support this channel. Yes, listen to this guy. Support the channel. Taxation is theft. Grow up. Oh my God, I've just managed to offend the liberal. Sorry, guys. So I said taxation as theft as a joke, and he said, grow up. Taxes for the benefit of the people isn't theft. The freest, most democratic countries have taxes. All forms of extremism are stupid. Quotation, Karl Marx. It's a joke, you idiot. By principle, taxation is theft, but obviously in more civilized, developed countries, you do use taxation for the defense of the country and the policing of the country. And of course, for those at the bottom of society who can't help themselves, it's good to have a basic safety net for that, not for random foreign criminals to come and take advantage. But it's okay, John. Breathe. Everything is fine. Your liberalism still stays around. It's okay. Don't worry. Bloody hell. You insult their taxes. They love to steal people's money. All right. There's a caution towards Pahlavi, a way to protect UK leverage. What caution? US aligned Iran resets the region. I don't know what caution is this. I don't know. But the UK, Europe, obviously on the sides of the Islamic Republic. That's quite clear. Unlike the US under President Trump. It will be very symbolic if this ends this week and the king returns Friday, 16th of January. Let's just ruin the anniversary of the Islamic Republic before February. There we go. Somebody said, there you go. Taxation in the US is theft too. See, someone gets it. By principle, it is. It is theft. Stop stealing people's money. So funny. They're so easy to offend. It's called British humor. Calm down. Anyway, there's a few other super chats. The Iranians go ahead. And I'm sure Trump would love to see the regime gone within his first 12 months. I don't think he cares about the timeline of it, but yeah. They just have to make sure they do it the right way. There's so many super chats. What do we have? Someone says, is there any way the people on the ground can get hold of the internet connection and bring it online? So those who have Starlink have, but some people have been trying to use Starlink to give internet to the others, which is kind of interesting, but it's still limited, unfortunately. Big super chat saying $50 towards your statue at the new pub. Well, the statue will not be in the pub, but yeah, it'll be just outside. But yeah, can't put the statue in the pub. That's weird. Outside, yeah, makes sense. It's absolutely normal. Why not? All right. Someone else says money for your giant Iron Sheikh statue by your British pub. Giant Sheikh statue. Iron, not giant Iron Sheikh. Why? When did I become a sheikh? I can't become a sheikh because you got to put things on your head, and I don't want to ruin my hair, so can't even put a hat on my head, let alone turban-y things. Have enough important military personnel been eliminated or defected? Well, not fully yet, because you got the top of the top, but they are all isolated right now, so we'll see. Please let your viewers know they can contact President Trump to encourage him to take more action, as well as thank him for action that he's taken via the contact link on the bottom of the White House website. Yes, go on the White House website, guys, and contact link, get in touch with the president's team, not the president, but the president's team. They will relay the messages. Why attack Israel at this point? Well, I explained, because they are mental. And hope other citizens are being censored for social media posts are being inspired by this. But unless you mean people in Iran, obviously, that they can't even have basic access to internet. But yes, the rest of the world, watch this. Did the US blowing up ISIS yesterday in Iraq help free Iran? No, because they hit them in Syria. And not really. They did hit some of the militias in Iraq, but not ISIS. They hit the Shia militias, but the ISIS attack was in Syria. Obviously, ISIS and the Islamic Republic hate each other for obvious reasons. Sunni, Shia. But yeah, the Shia militias in Iraq were also damaged slightly. Please discuss why the mainstream media are so dismissive of this movement. Why does the West refuse to even contemplate the idea of the Iranians calling for their king? So as I've been explaining the last few days, the main reality of the situation is that the groups that are responsible for what's happened in Iran since the 1970s include the US Democrats, Jimmy Carter, CIA, the Republic of France, MI6, and the Western media. These were the guys who started the propaganda. They backed Khomeini and his Islamist gang because they thought they were being clever. They were scared that, well, they wanted to get rid of the king because the king of Iran was making Iran great again, and he was getting too close to Israel. The friendship between Israel and Iran. And they didn't like that they can't control him. They wanted him to be a puppet. So they decided to get rid of him. But the problem was the communists from the Soviet Union in the middle of the Cold War, they were trying to take over Iran. So they decided, the groups that I mentioned, the US Democrats, CIA, the media, to start propaganda, push the king out, he's done, dead, promote Khomeini. Because they thought, well, look at this old man, he's an idiot, we could control him, he could be our new puppet. Well, he backfired. The next day, they chanted death to America. They also killed the communists. The socialists who helped Khomeini, they also got killed, as usual. Now it's embarrassing for the Western globalists to admit that people in Iran want their king back. It's a little bit embarrassing because they will have to then admit to what they did in the 1970s. They are never going to admit, even though the files have already been released. The CIA files have already been released between the last 5 to 10 years. We know the truth. We know the contact between the Republic of France, between CIA and Khomeini. We know the truth. Everybody knows. But these guys just can't do it. Massive super chat from Australia. Thank you so much, saying hello from Australia. Thank you for your coverage. I have been glued to your channel. There's a lot of autocorrect here, by the way. Oh God, I don't know what you're saying here. Sons have credit. The son of gunfire. That's a different word. I don't know. Knowing that innocent people are losing their lives in the fight for freedom. Stay strong. Jane Shah. Jane has a Shah? Who's Jane? I know what you mean. Javid Shah. You need to fix it. Maybe disable your autocorrect on because that didn't help. I got the gist of it though. Thank you so much. Yes, Jane also appreciates your kind words. Javid Shah. Long live the king. Jane Shah. I'm gonna do a new merch on Tousi TV now. T-shirt. Jane Shah. If you're a Jane, you could buy it. If you're not a Jane, buy it for a Jane. Anyway, Things are kicking off. In the next few hours, we're going to get more updates on the situation on the ground. Tousi TV will stay your go-to source for geopolitical news. I almost forgot. We are going to be continuing this conversation with the members of Tousi TV Plus on our chat forum, our private Discord server. So if you want to know how to do this, firstly, join Tousi TV Plus. Use the promo code Iran to get 50% off annual memberships. Just visit tousi.tv or find the link in the description. You get access to everything that we have, our independent platform. Obviously, for the live news coverage, just watch YouTube. But for the full access to everything else, go on tousi.tv. And then, if you want to know how to do that thing, you simply go on our website. You could also do it on the app, obviously. Go on the website, on the homepage, top left menu, click down here, discuss. Click on discuss. It will take you to the next page, our private Discord server. So you download Discord if you don't have it. If you have it, just scroll to the bottom. On the right-hand side, right here, the mouse, says join. You can't see it. Join Discord. It will take you to our private Discord server and then click on the general voice channel. I'm going to do an announcement so you get the notification. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Maya Tousi and we are the media.